Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to go over Algebra section 4, expanding brackets. In this video I'll give an overview of the section, I'll then go through the worksheet and finally I'll answer the questions that I've put together. The description box below gives a link to my Instagram page as well as the specific worksheet and answer sheet to this video. Brackets come in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes you'll see them as these C's that occur in equations or even square ones. Brackets crop up in equations quite a bit because they make them tidier and easier to read. Some people would say that brackets like complicate things. Who needs some extra symbols to learn about or mess equations up? I differ on that opinion. I like to think of brackets as the burger buns of maths. So for instance, try eating a burger without the buns. I'm talking the lettuce is flopped off somewhere, the patty's on the floor, and generally the tomato sauce is all over you. The same could just happen in equations. Without brackets, you've got a 2 floating around over there, x has buggered off over that side. Like, brackets just keep things together. They make things tidy and things are just where they should be. So brackets, like burger buns, I tend to find quite necessary. So it's good to know when to include brackets as well as take them out. In this video we're going to look at how we can remove brackets from expressions.
This is the worksheet for Algebra section 4, expanding brackets. I've already gone over the first few sections, so I'm just going to go into some examples of how to expand brackets. Example 1. This expression is read as 3 times by bracketed x, e.g. 3 times by bracket x. The multiplication sign is omitted for ease of writing. This happens quite a bit in maths. I have a video on shorthand writing in maths, so I'll leave a link to this below. In order to expand the brackets, the term multiplying the bracket must multiply every term on the inside of the bracket. Here, 3 is the term multiplying the bracket, and x is the term within the bracket. Therefore, we simply have 3 times by x all within a bracket. This is simply bracketed 3x. Here, there is no term on the outside the bracket. There is no term multiplying the bracket. Therefore, we can drop these brackets and just get 3x. This second example is a little bit more complex. Here we have 3 times by bracketed x plus 1. Again, in order to expand the brackets, the term multiplying the bracket must multiply every term on the inside of the bracket. 3 is the term multiplying the bracket, and x and 1 are the terms inside of the bracket. Therefore, we must do 3 times by x, see this blue line showing that, which gives 3 times by x here in their own bracket. We must then do 3 times by 1, shown by this purple line, which gives 3 times by 1 in their own bracket. Now for the easy bit, 3 times by x gives 3x, and 3 times by 1 just gives 3. There are no terms multiplying these brackets, therefore they can be dropped, and this expression simply becomes 3x plus 3. This expression is the same as this one here, except we've removed the brackets. Example 3. Here we have x plus y plus 2y times by bracketed x minus y minus 4. As always, in order to expand the brackets, the term multiplying the bracket must multiply every term on the inside of the bracket. 2y is the term multiplying the bracket. X and minus y and minus 4 are the 3 terms within the bracket. xy isn't multiplying a bracket. We don't need to do anything with this term, therefore we can just leave it here for now. Then we can deal with this expression here. So we have 2y times by x, which we'll write in their own bracket. Then we have 2y times by minus y, which we'll write in their own bracket here. And finally, 2y times by minus 4, which we'll write in its own bracket. Now, again for the easy bit, we've still got xy. 2y times by x can just be written as 2xy. 2y times by minus y can be written as minus 2y squared, and 2y times by minus 4 can be written as minus y. Next, we can drop these brackets because there's nothing on the outside that are multiplying them. Therefore, we get xy plus 2xy minus 2y squared minus 8y. And this simplifies to 3xy minus 2y squared minus 8y. This expression here is the same as this expression here, except we've removed the brackets. Okay, so what happens when the term multiplying the bracket is also a bracket? Well, as long as you keep your cool and remember the rules we've already gone through, everything will be all good. Let's have a look at this example here. Here we have bracketed x plus 2 times by bracketed x plus 1. Once again, in order to expand the brackets, the term multiplying the bracket must multiply everything inside of the bracket. It just so happens that here there is more than one term multiplying the bracket. Let's work through this. So first we have x times by x given by this blue line, and we can put this in its own bracket here. Next we have x times by 1 given by this purple line, and we can put that in this bracket here. Okay, moving on to the 2. We have 2 times by x given by this orange line, and we can put that here. And finally, we have 2 times by 1 given by this green line, and we can put this here. Once again, we've done the easy bit. We can simplify these terms in the brackets. X times by x gives x squared. X times by 1 gives x. 2 times by x gives 2x. And 2 times by 1 gives 2. Now there are no terms multiplying any of these brackets. Therefore, we can drop them to give x squared plus x plus 2x plus 2. This expression can be simplified further to this final one. This expression is exactly the same as this one, except we've expanded the brackets. Let's take a look at our final example. Here we have bracketed a plus 3 multiplied by bracketed 5 minus 2b times by this c on the outside. I'm going to sort out these two brackets first, and I will leave c till a bit later. So from what we've learned above, let's expand these two brackets. We have a times by 5, which we can write here. We then have a times by minus 2b, which we can write here. Next, we have 3 times by 5, which we can write here. And finally, we have 3 times by minus 2b, which we can write here. Notice that these 4 brackets are enclosed in these larger brackets, which are used to denote that c is still multiplying everything in here. Okay, we can reduce these brackets here. So we get 5a minus 2ab, 15 and minus 6b. There are no terms multiplying these brackets for now. Therefore, this expression can become 5a minus 2ab plus 15 minus 6b. Now we can deal with this c. I like to have it on the other side of the bracket. So we can think of this as c multiplied by bracketed 5a minus 2ab plus 15 minus 6b. Same rules again. C times by 5a, we can write this here. C times by minus 2ab, we can write that here. C times by 15, that can go here. And finally, C times by minus 6b, that can go here. Again, the easy bit. Let's sort out reducing these terms. 5ac minus 2abc, 15c minus 6bc. I've written this expression again down here, but I sometimes like to order it alphabetically, but they're the same. So this expression here is equal to this expression here, except we have removed the brackets. Okay, this is a good point to probably test your knowledge, so I'd advise pausing this video, trying out these questions here. You can then compare your answers to the answer page that you'll find on my Instagram. This is linked below. Or you can come back and watch this video and you can see me working through all of these problems. Cheers!